Some of the clients you've had come in, not necessarily from a physical point of view, but from the mental side, do you see a difference in the link then between physical health and the impact on mental health?
For a start, just one of the things I've noticed that jumps out straight away is just the kind of self-confidence. From a mental health perspective, I think there's two things that I know. If I'm having a bad day, if I'm feeling down, if I'm feeling stressed, angry, upset, annoyed, whatever, there's pretty much only two things that I can think of that really kind of reset me, reset my mood and get me feeling good. One is exercise. The other one is like a full night's sleep. Now, it's not really feasible to go to sleep for 8 hours if you're having a bad day at midday. But you could go for maybe a half-hour walk, 45 minutes on your lunch break. You could do a quick workout. So I think it is the most effective and simple way for people to improve their mood throughout the day.
One of the pushbacks we have you'd have from most people is, I haven't got time, and it is difficult. We're working from home. People have got kids and they're homeschooling. What tips would you have for people that struggle with time in the day?
Be realistic with yourself. Set yourself a target that you know you'll be able to do for maybe every day or 5 days that week. Even if it's just 15 minutes, that's fine, but just make sure it's achievable. Do it every day. And then, like I said earlier, you start to create a bit of momentum. You'll start to feel good as a result of those 15 minutes. And you'll think, well, actually, I could maybe push that up to 20 or 30. And over time, that will just start to increase. And once you start to feel the benefits, you'll begin placing it as a bit of a priority within your day. The important thing is to make the changes small and only implement things that you know you'll be able to stick to.
And something you enjoy, I guess, as well, is key. There's no point, like you said, there's no point trying to force you to do something that ultimately you don't want to do. You've got to get some enjoyment out of it. And
that's it. If you hate these kind of hit sessions, jumping around in your living room, don't do them. If you'd much rather go for a walk outside, do that. Do what you enjoy. Do what you're going to be able to stick to. Going for a walk every morning before I started work, that set me up so well for the day. I was going to be walking around thinking about things I need to get done that day, and I couldn't wait to get back to the house and crack on. Whereas if I just wake up and just kind of roll out of bed and sit down in front of the laptop, I'm kind of feeling sluggish until at least 11 o'clock.
It's good thinking time, actually, because it declutters your mind of all the little things that are going on that probably aren't that important, and it does give you a bit of time to think on actually what is important, what have I got to achieve today. So it absolutely focuses. I find that with my running, I go first thing before I start work, and it really does set me up for the day. And then I don't feel guilty about eating crap afterwards either, which is a benefit. So it kind of leads me on to my final point, and a bit of advice. I mean, sat at home working all day and dealing with the kids and stuff is difficult. Everyone's go-to is to jump into the kitchen, have a bit of a snack. What would you say? What's your bit of advice around that?
Now, there is nothing inherently wrong with snacking as such. More of the problem is the things that people choose to snack on. When you're feeling in a position where you're motivated, get rid of all the junk food in the house. Get rid of the sweets and the biscuits and the chocolate, and replace it with things that you actually wouldn't mind snacking on all day, that you know is going to be good for you. It's not exciting, but just, I don't know, bowl of grapes and mixed berries, different dried fruits. Snack on things that actually you know are good for you and healthy, because most of the time you're just eating because it's something to do whilst you work. It's not because you're actually hungry. But if you do want to kind of give up snacking completely, then I guess you need to be a bit more mindful about what you're eating and when you're eating. So maybe have a post-it note on the fridge, just asking you 3 questions to think about before you go ahead and snack. Am I hungry? Why am I eating this? And how will I feel once I've eaten it? And that could often be the trigger then, and making you think, you know what, I'm not actually hungry. I'm doing this because I'm bored.
Some good insight there, and definitely some tips for me that I'll use with that post-it note on the fridge. That will absolutely help, or I'll let the kids eat all the chocolate and the rubbish that's in the house and empty it. But I know there's a lot of people out there. Some people are really into their health and fitness and know and use a lot of this already. But for people that are just setting out on that journey with the New Year goals, it's great that I guess that you're doing it now, but it's about consistency, and it's about trying to put some routine in there. So I think it's really good advice that you've given. Really appreciate it. Stay safe and catch up soon.